Good morning. This is Steve from LZ23 Strength, and we're doing something a little different today. Obviously, we're not at home. This isn't my backyard, although I wish it was. This is the great Smoky Mountains, and we're here in Tennessee doing a little vacation, and we're going to be filming a video entitled The Power of Slowing Down. And I can't stop looking at the scenery behind me. Hopefully you appreciate that too. It goes on and on. I'm going to give you a little panoramic view there. But waking up to this every morning is spectacular. And it goes well with the topic here of the power of slowing down. Now, at first, I don't want you to think that we're doing a contradiction, because some of my previous videos we've talked about how movement means life. And another one that talked about how we don't want to have the take it easy mentality all the time. So now we're talking about slowing down. So is there a contradiction there? No, not really. Really, we're so busy in life that from family obligations and work to emails to chores around the house to what have you, there's a million and one things to do. And we feel that the busier we are, the more productive we are. And sometimes we forget that we need to slow down a little. Even when it comes to maybe this illustration with a phone, sometimes I talk about phones, and you might think that I'm not a fan of cell phones, but they are very practical. We need them. There's a lot of good things that they do for us. But how long can you use a phone? At some point, you have to recharge and recharge the batteries. It's the same thing with us. We can only go so long before we might burn out if we don't recharge. So we need to recharge ourselves, and that's where slowing down comes in. Whether it's a vacation like this, I mean, even on this week's vacation, we've gone all over the place and have done a lot of things, but there's still been nice quiet times to just sit out here on the porch and looking at the mountains, looking at the forest, and slowing down, breathing, relaxing, enjoying what's around us. And we can implement that even at home. There's things that we can do to just bring it down a notch, so to speak. And we're going to talk about a few of those things. I'll talk a little bit about what we've been doing here. So even though we're talking about the power of slowing down, every morning I get up and I do a quick little workout. Doing push-ups, air squats, I brought a band with me and doing some shoulder and arm exercises. So every morning still doing something. And then we've done quite a bit of walking, whether it's sightseeing, whether it's Dollywood, or hiking in the Smoky Mountains. Whatever it is, we're still getting a lot of activity, but still enough to get some peace and to slow things down. Now at home, I'll just give you an example of some things that you might be able to do to do that. I know a lot of folks, first thing when they wake up, they reach for the phone and looking for messages, emails, what have you. But what if you took just 5 minutes to go without the phone? Just wake up and have some peaceful time. My peaceful time is my ride to work. It's dark most of the year when I leave for work, and in the car on my way to work, I pray. I take some time to think about the day, and it's just a quiet time for just the mind to kind of soothe itself and get ready for the busy day. Work's going to be busy and life's going to be busy, but at least there's that peaceful moment. Something else that I think I've said in other videos that I don't do, that I'd like to talk a little bit about in here, is journaling. A lot of influencers journal, a lot of people in general journal, and I don't do it officially, but I guess in some ways I have done it, where I have a million notes. It's not very organized. I'm going to buy some journals and get them a little more organized, where I write down a lot of goals, a lot of things that I want to do, some accomplishments. I mean, the goals are related to exercise. They're related to financial things. As I mentioned before, I'd like to retire. So I'm constantly writing and jotting things down And that's what journaling can be. And what I'm going to try to implement, which goes hand in hand with some other aspects of health, is to sleep. We want to get a good amount of sleep. So at night, here's a suggestion. It's everyone does it differently, but turn the TV off maybe 10-15 minutes before you're thinking of going to bed, and get your journal out and write down some things that you did during the day. Even could be things that you want to work on personally. Um, there's no rules. There's no right or wrong. It's just jotting down your thoughts. And some people do it early in the morning. Again, when it's quiet, maybe when the family's not up and about yet. Maybe at nighttime, and might help put you to sleep, get you more sleepy. But again, there's an individual I've mentioned before, Jim Rohn. He's personal growth. He's always advocating for that, and one of his most important ways, he says, is writing things down. Don't leave it to your memory. Maybe you come up with an idea for something, for work or what have you. Write it down. He was a big advocate of writing everything down, and actually that's one of the proudest things that he felt he was going to pass on to his children and family and future generations, is all his journals of all his observations of life and things that he's done in life, and passing them down to his kids and to others to read and benefit from. Is that along with photographs, which nowadays is a lot easier with cell phones to have a million. People probably literally could have a million photographs. So those are things that help us to cool down. Maybe you could call it a wellness reset, where we work hard, and I'm still an advocate. Movement means life, so every day making sure we get our movement, our workouts. We're going fast. There's no doubt about it, but we do need to temper that with, as we talk about sleep. Well, this is part of that, to have the power of slowing down, and so we can re-energize ourselves so that we can get to all the activities that we need to do and want to accomplish on a daily basis. Now, while we're down here in the Smoky Mountains, one of the nice things that we've done is there's a place called Cades Cove, and there's supposed to be a lot of animals and things that you can see on the Smoky Mountains. And being the rebels that we are, they say the morning is the best time, or at night, that's when the animals are active. And being the rebels that we are, we went at about 2 o'clock. And so everyone was kind of moaning and groaning that we're not going to see anything. Well, we literally came out of a rest stop at our campsite where we use the facilities. Before we even got onto the road, there's a big bear walking across the road. And black bears are the big thing down here. Now, some people say they never see them. Some people say you see them all the time. We barely started this Cades Cove, and there was a big black bear walking across the street, and we ended up seeing 3 of them that day as we drove around at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, which wasn't supposed to happen. But even something like that, just a peaceful drive, it just, you feel so free and calm. Probably great for your blood pressure. And people who know me, they know that driving 10 or 20 miles an hour is very challenging for me. It's almost physically impossible for me to go 10 or 20 miles an hour. And that's all you can do on this, kind of because it's winding and because there's other people and the road's real small. So even just that alone calmed me down, because usually going to work, coming home, it's pretty stressful, and it's not 10 or 20 miles an hour for sure. So can you do something like that even maybe on the weekends? Take some time for yourself, and just take a nice scenic drive with no aim or no goal, not in any hurry, no time frame, just enjoying nature, just some peacefulness. Whether you like music or not, you can put some nice music on as you're going. If you're with somebody, having a nice conversation, pull over somewhere where it's nice and scenic and sit for a little while. If you don't have time for that literally, well, how about a walk in the neighborhood? Or hopefully nearby you have some kind of scenic area that you could walk in the woods, or walk by a river, by some water, and just have some peaceful time to reflect and think. It's another tool in our toolbox for health span. It's going to help us to stay calm. It's going to release, hopefully, some of the stress and pressure that we may be under from our jobs or families, what have you. So the little things that we can do. And doing this on a regular basis, kind of think of the 80-20% rule. It's not exactly fitting in that, but if 80% of the time we're working hard, we're hustling, we're doing our workouts, we're walking, 20% of the time, maybe all inclusive in there, is our sleep, and then the wellness reset of the power of slowing down. So let's take some of these tips in mind. If you have any suggestions, please leave them in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe and smash the like button. But these are things that as a community we can help each other. This is our second trip this year. I don't know if you're able to take trips, but I had a recent video release of biohacking in Cancun. You might want to check that video out if you haven't already. And like I said, there's things you can do here at the place we rented. There's a hot tub, and we know that hot therapy, whether it's sauna or hot tubs or a hot bath, are healthy for us. And as I said, we're still walking, still working out, trying to eat okay. There's things you can do. You're on vacation, you're having the wellness reset, but you're still accomplishing things. It's not the sole focus, but you're still able to do those things. So whether it's a big vacation, encourage you to take vacations. I'm amazed. I heard this once that some people might get 2-3 weeks of vacation and they don't use it all. I don't know if they feel that they're needed that much, or they feel that the company won't really appreciate them taking vacation. But physically, mentally, we need vacation. So keep that in mind throughout the year, whether it's just a long weekend or a week somewhere or more. And again, on a daily basis, take a little time just to have some peace. Try the journaling angle. I'm gonna try to incorporate that for myself too. All these things, it's all going to benefit us. Remember, our goal is to live longer and stronger. And if we apply some of these suggestions, enjoy a little peaceful time somewhere, it's truly going to benefit us. And if we use the power of slowing down, you know what it's going to do? It's going to help us to exert ourselves, to elevate our health, and to evolve in mind and body. And that's what we try to do at LZ23 Strength. So I'm going to give you one more panoramic view. This is incredible. I can't get enough of this. I really think I genuinely could live down here and see this all the time. And that's even been a topic here with everyone. I wanted to ask everybody what their three favorite places that they've been, most beautiful. Maybe you could leave that in the comments and give me some suggestions, because for me, right here, the Rocky Mountains is top 3. Sedona, Arizona would be in there. And also we went, as I mentioned earlier, Cancun. Just the blue water there is just out of this world to enjoy. And so that's the power of slowing down, is enjoying life, enjoying nature, and getting a reset to be able to do things. So again, please subscribe, and we'll look forward to talking to you in another video. Take care.